I I was talking to Officer View at the post office, and thank you for that. Because in my mind, I use like logic and reason, and apparently the judges down there, like Judge Hoare, do not. And I wouldn't have gotten out of the line with Autumn being there because I know I'm on video getting on the Essex bus, riding 30 minutes into town, getting off the Essex bus, and then going over to the federal building. So there's no fucking way I could have known that Autumn was in there. But these fucking judges are corrupt as fuck. And if I had stayed in that line, that nasty, grimy, homeland security piece of shit probably would have made an allegation. And it kind of looked like she was trying to do that. So Officer View was the one who came out and arrested me, but was actually asking all about Autumn and Becky and the park ranger and crap they were pulling. And he basically probably knew that she was going to do some stupid shit. Even though there's no way anybody could have known that I was going to that post office because I didn't know. It was just something I just decided to do on a whim. It was early. I had plenty of time before I had to catch another bus, and I thought, I'm going to go see if maybe I got a card from Mimi for Valentine's or anybody, and just thought I'd go check. And the officer probably knew that shit was going to hit the fan, so he came over and he was asking about how I was doing and did I have a place to stay, and I said, yeah, but it's very temporary. I didn't really feel comfortable talking about the issues going on there because they're victims. And that's how I have to look at it for now because I swore my oath to a criminal defense attorney. There's a lot of people like my parents were so systematically abused and they never got the proper help that they needed. And that building, the whole building is a toxic mess. Somebody blew up the phone at 8:30 this morning saying that the toilet was being flushed too many times. I know nobody actually flushed it except maybe twice. And that's some pretty gross shit to be worrying about, what's going on with your neighbor. I mean, think about that for a minute. How the hell are you going to tell somebody that flushing the toilet twice within an hour and a half between 7:30 and 8:30 is too many fucking times? And it's not like it's loud. It's not like, when you go out and you go into one of these big public restrooms and they have big industrial commodes and a lot of water pressure. That shit's loud. It like rattles the whole place. But hers isn't like that. They don't have the water pressure, which because the only thing that would be loud is when you originally push the thing and the water comes in and then the tank refills in the back. Well, there's very little water pressure. It takes a long time. I mean, it's like a barely better than a trickle. Just turning on her bathroom sink or her kitchen sink. Her shower's got good pressure, but the sinks don't, and the toilet doesn't. So it's really super quiet. It's like amazingly quiet. It's like even when you're standing right there and you flush it, you can barely hear it at all. And it's not like you have to listen to the water running for a long time for it to refill the tank. The pressure's too low, you can't hear that. So I'm like, she said that her neighbors were messy. They all are. They've all been in that building. They all apparently, I don't think they rent. I guess they're condos and they own them. So they're a bunch of white nationalists and apparently Catholic um, that have that systemic white supremacist cracking the whip, meddling, judgmental, love to cause problems, getting up in each other's business. It's a toxic mess. And even though I probably could, she's diplomatic for me. She's um, reserved enough that I can somewhat set boundaries with her. I, it's with the whole building being a mess. It's going to put us both at risk if I stay there because she is. How can I put this? Vulnerable enough that um, somebody could get over on her fairly easily and or convince her of something that isn't true. And I don't know about the others, but yeah, it's just not a situation I'm going to be in any longer than I have to. I am going to um, pay her $77 electric bill for her when I get paid, but I'm going to be scouting another place where I can sleep at night, and I may just buy a wagon and a cot and or a cart and continue to stay uh, out in Essex somewhere. I know there's a park uh, off the Amtrak thing, and once the snow's gone, it's going to be much easier to find a place to throw up a cot at night, and so that way I can be off the ground. I mean, I'm already, if I sleep outside, I can't go to bed before 10 or 11 o'clock, really. Have to be up by 7. Have to be up all day, out doing whatever. I can do that for free. There's no way I'm going to pay a third or more of my check to be someplace where I'm literally surrounded by Klan Zionist molesters that get off on molesting each other and then dragging other people into that shit. Fuck that shit. That's exactly why nobody wants to stay at shelters, because it's messy and it's stupid. I don't know that I'll get a tent. I may just you've got to think about the rain. When it's raining, you've got to be prepared for that to keep all your shit dry. So I'll get some more gear. I'll definitely get another wagon, a good solid one. And I'll get a cot. And I may go ahead and get that wagon cot. I don't know. I think it's a little too expensive. I can get the wagon for $20 and the cot for $30 and save money. But I don't plan on being there any more than another week or two. I'm going to help her out with some stuff, and then I got to go. She doesn't have room for a roommate. There's too much going on there. I think she's more interested in a live-in caregiver, and that's kind of what she needs, and I'm not going to pay somebody else to be their live-in caregiver. She's got an extra room. She ain't going to let me stay in it. She wants me on the floor, and I can sleep maybe 10 hours, at the most 8-9 hours a night. That's not enough with stage 4 cancer. And that's why I'm sick. If she actually wanted a true roommate, she would have let me sleep in that empty room. She has a few boxes in there, but there's a whole lot less in that room than there is scattered all over her living room. There's barely room to walk. and I could like stay in there, sleep, and stay inside, sleep and rest, and not have to be out cold with this frickin' shit. Whatever this crap is I've got. So I'm not going to pay any amount of money to not be able to take care of myself with stage 4 cancer in this weather. And I can get the same amount of exposure and lack of rest for free outside without all the fucking drama. Triflin ass, meddling ass, Catholic priest, nuns smacking you on the fucking, breaking your knuckles with the ruler, or Klan Protestant, whatever.